Okay. Looks like we're about halfway up.
Let's try not to disturb anything.
Shit, now what?
Come in.
Why would you say that? Carrier!
I wonder if we can get it to open up here. No, couldn't make it stop. So what I was hoping to do there was to see if we could not, like, inflict enough damage to it that would make it, like, crack its chest, and then we could be like, no, we're just gonna wipe you out here in one fell swoop. That was an incredibly quick takedown.
Alright, down.
And I love how they have the best friend, like, it's like, come in. It's like, what on earth would make you think that that's an acceptable thing to say in this situation? And you can see the juicified cogs that have sat here and started to rot.
Yeah, which means we have to head outside.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the weather will cooperate. That was sarcasm, by the way.
We're going outside. This looks like the place to do it.
Doors double locked. 2 switches.
This area and this entire, like, outside portion of it is just stunning. Just to see that giant set piece, those mountains,
So,
that power line, like, it's so gothic and stunning.
Lock it down to get across.
That's why I walked out here rather than going over there. Like, I love the way this world looks. I think like gothic type of architecture and stuff can lend itself very, very well, depending on how you do it for an aesthetic and a setting in any sort of either game or book series, graphic novel, any sort of piece of art like that. Coming off of, like, as a fan of Warhammer 40k, it's definitely something that I've always appreciated.
Good, because we gotta do it again.
more drones!
Damn it, not again.
Suppression.
Get back in your tent.
Now, if you played Gears 2 or Gears 3, there were the Cantus, which could resurrect downed or dead drones, which always was a very frustrating fight. It made you prioritize them for sure, but it was a
All right, they're down.
There has to be an easier way to get to the top of this dam.
There was. It's called the elevator.
Oh, right.
Let's get through that door.
switch back to my Nasher Lancer combo here, do a little bit more damage. Like I said, I enjoy the banter between Del and JD, because it shows that they're, one, fantastic friends. Like, they just know each other as well as they do, but they're comfortable with, like, hey, nope, this is what we're going to say, this is how it's going to go. It's reminiscent to, like, Baird and Marcus, or Baird and anyone else, because Baird can be a bit of a snarky asshole and frustrating to deal with, but I feel like these two kind of strike that nice balance of, like, hey, here's snark, here's because we're friends, I can't believe you just said that.
How many years did you say we're trapped in this dam?
But
A few dozen. At least that's what I was told.
Yeah, it seems like there might have been more than that.
It wouldn't surprise me. Anything that made the cogs look bad, they lied about.
Huh. That sounds familiar.
So, as you can see, we've already seen a fair amount of bodies just littering the area. I love how small they look at this point, and the armor looks like it almost shrunk with them. I just think it's a nice little attention to detail. Like you fill out the armor, and the bigger you are, the bigger the armor makes you feel as well. Especially because in the books and the graphic novels, they talk about how much they need to eat to keep the calorie count up, so that way they can have the muscle mass to do what they had to do.
We've got Snort behind those chains!
Take cover!
Now this is a fun area in this level because you're in a factory and you have the power back on. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it should have these moving parts. It shouldn't be a stagnant run and gun and shoot. So we get this section of it where things are actually moving and stuff is happening that makes it feel like it is, like it's alive. And it's not, it's not just like, oh, here's a static, you shoot through this area, shoot through this area. God damn, I thought they came out.
Okay, they're down. Let's go. Watch your step.
Just a little talk.
Now this will do. Shit.
Now the other aspect of this area too is they did a good job at making it feel like it belonged here, but it doesn't necessarily overstay its welcome.
Like that.
And I'll show you what I mean, because a lot of areas will be like, hey, here's this new mechanic. Now do it forever. Like the rest of the game, this mechanic's always going to come back. Here, it's like, okay, we're fighting back through the dam in the middle of it. And you're fighting through the dam, but it wouldn't make sense for it to not have some aspects of it that are constantly moving, that are constantly changing, because, like I said, it's turned on now. It should have some movement.
Don't let the chains hit you!
Shit, another scion!
So really want to take him out early on. Now, if I did the upstairs portion in the last room, I would have either a sniper rifle that I could have kept, which I guess I did have one, and I just decided I wasn't good enough with it to, like, think it was worth keeping. Or I would have, like, the,
Last one's down.
the,
Right.
marksman rifle, and that would help me take him out and make him a little bit easier to deal with. But
That's progress, right?
just getting the active
Hope is
reload, getting
good.
the bonus
Get to the
damage,
top of this dam
made
and
this a
kill
lot
us.
easier there, too.
Hey, you know what I meant.
Looks like we're going outside again.
Get on the other side.
All the rebarb and everything exposed and showing. I love the way those flowers look, too. Here we go.
This should do the trick. Well, shit.
Hey, what about the turbine?
What about the turbine?
We take it up. You know, like
riding a windmill when you're a kid?
No. I don't know.
Watch. See? Easy.
Okay.
You kind of just want Marcus to like shove him.
Oh, this is nuts.
Interesting girlfriend you got there.
I like how he's like, yeah, kind of makes her really good. Like, that's one of the things Mrs. Play and I actually have that back and forth all the time, where I'm like, yeah, you know, one of the things like when I was young, dumb, and stupid was there's in my hometown there's a pier where they shine lights in the water and people fish from it all the time. Well, people fish using live bait or using bait. Bait attracts things. Bait is also dead and smells, draws sharks. So one of the things that you did was jump into a school or school of sharks, you know, like thresher sand sharks and like small things like that, but you would just cannonball into them. Because why the fuck not jump off the pier and get like thrown off of it and yelled at by people? But that's what we did, and my wife is like, that's dumb, you were dumb for doing it, how did you make it alive? Granted, I was like 16 at the time, and now as like an adult, I'm like, no, that's fucking dumb as shit, why the hell did I do that? Because it's just a different time, I guess.
Come on, we're almost there.
Yeah, almost been a key word.
I'll take that torque bow, buddy. I wish he felt the need to have a little bit more self-preservation when I'm shooting him in the face. Torque bow? Torque bow! Torque bow? Thank you, torque bow.
Hey, we've got a snatcher.
And here comes the Snatcher's back. And he hits me, like, that is incredibly frustrating that, like, he hit me, like, mid-dodge roll. Wow. Wow. That's a bad Snatcher. Maybe he just gonna be triggered correct.
The harder they fall.
You know, I never really appreciated those words until now.
Come on, head down the pipe.